Welcome to my story time by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott O'Dell. Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott O'Dell is a classic novel that has captivated generations of readers with its gripping story of survival, courage, and self-discovery. Set on a remote island off the coast of California, the novel tells the story of a young girl named Karana, who is left behind when her people are forced to leave the island. This powerful tale of isolation and resilience unfolds as Karana learns to survive alone, confronts her fears, and grows into a capable and independent young woman. Introduction: A solitary existence. The story begins in a time long ago, when the island of San Nicolas, a remote and rugged land, was home to a small Native American tribe. The tribe's people lived simple, yet harmonious lives, fishing, hunting, and gathering food from the bountiful sea. The protagonist, Karana, lives with her younger brother, Ramo, and their father, the village chief, in a tight-knit community that depends on the sea and the land for survival. However, the tranquility of their lives is shattered when a group of Russian hunters arrives on the island, intent on hunting sea otters. Tensions arise between the hunters and the island's inhabitants, and soon, a tragedy strikes. The men of the tribe are forced to flee to the mainland to escape the threat posed by the hunters. In a tragic twist of fate, Karana and Ramo are left behind, as the rest of the tribe leaves without realizing they are missing. The Great Departure. Solitude on the island. After the tribe departs, Karana and her brother are left behind. The two siblings struggle to survive on the island, using the knowledge they have learned from their elders to gather food and build shelter. The landscape of San Nicolas Island is harsh, with cliffs, rocky shores, and dense vegetation. The sea provides an abundance of food, but Karana and Ramo must learn to adapt to the challenges of living in such an unforgiving environment. As the days pass, Karana and Ramo grow accustomed to their new life, relying on each other for companionship and support. They hunt for food, gather firewood, and construct a shelter to protect themselves from the elements. Yet, despite their determination, they find it increasingly difficult to survive. One day, disaster strikes when Ramo is killed by a wild dog while collecting water from a stream. The loss of Ramo is a devastating blow for Karana. She is now completely alone on the island. With no one to rely on, Karana must summon all of her inner strength to survive. She sets aside her grief and focuses on the tasks at hand, determined to carry on the way her people did before her. Survival: Karana's journey of self-reliance. In the months that follow, Karana learns to live alone on the island. She builds herself a more sturdy shelter, using the skills she learned from her tribe. She uses her resourcefulness to gather food, hunting sea otters, fish, and birds for sustenance. Karana also learns how to make tools from materials found on the island, such as bone and stone, to aid in her survival. She faces numerous challenges along the way. For example, Karana encounters wild dogs that have become a danger to her safety. At first, she is afraid of them, but over time, she learns to understand their behavior and how to defend herself. Karana also begins to tame a wild dog that had once been part of the pack, naming it Rontu, after the dog that had killed her brother. This marks the beginning of a deep bond between Karana and the animals on the island. Through her determination and ingenuity, Karana eventually creates a life for herself on the island. She learns to fish, hunt, and gather food, and she even begins to build a canoe so she can escape the island when the time is right. Along the way, she discovers a new sense of independence, and she starts to realize that she is capable of far more than she had ever imagined. Challenges and triumphs: Finding hope. As Karana's solitary life continues, she faces both physical and emotional challenges. Her loneliness is perhaps the most difficult to bear. She struggles with the absence of her people, and she finds herself yearning for companionship and connection. Despite this, Karana is determined to maintain her strength and courage. She becomes more self-sufficient, finding ways to make her life more comfortable and meaningful. In the course of her solitude, Karana comes to know the island's wild creatures intimately. She forms a bond with Rontu, the wild dog, and over time, she befriends other animals, including sea otters, birds, and even a pair of dolphins that swim near her shore. These animals, along with the occasional memory of her tribe, provide her with comfort and support during the long, solitary months. However, Karana's life on the island is not without its hardships. She faces threats from the wild dogs, whose pack continues to hunt her, and from the harsh conditions of the island, including earthquakes, storms, and droughts. Despite these challenges, Karana's strength and perseverance shine through. She learns to adapt, always finding ways to survive, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds. The return of the ships, a glimmer of hope. As time passes, Karana's sense of isolation begins to wane. She hears rumors of a ship approaching the island, and she begins to prepare for the possibility that she might finally be rescued. The arrival of the ship brings with it a sense of hope, but it also brings new challenges. The people who arrive on the ship are unfamiliar, and Karana must decide whether she is ready to leave the island behind. After a long period of reflection, Karana realizes that, while she has grown fond of the island and the life she has built, she is ready to leave. She bids farewell to the wild dogs, Rontu, and the other animals she has come to love. As she boards the ship, she knows that her time on the island has forever changed her. She has learned the value of self-reliance, strength, and resilience, and she has discovered the deep power of the human spirit. Conclusion: a heroine's journey. In the end, Island of the Blue Dolphins is not just a story of survival. It is a story of transformation. Karana's journey from a young girl living with her tribe to a solitary survivor on a remote island is a testament to the power of human resilience, ingenuity, and strength. Through her isolation, Karana learns to live in harmony with nature and discovers her own inner strength. Her story is a powerful reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, the human spirit can endure, grow, and thrive. Karana's story also highlights the importance of connection, both with other people and with the world around us. While she is isolated on the island, she finds comfort and companionship in the animals that share her world, showing us that we are all interconnected, even in our moments of solitude. Scott Odell's Island of the Blue Dolphins is a beautifully written, timeless story of survival, courage, and self-discovery. Karana's journey continues to inspire readers, reminding us all of the strength that lies within us and the power of resilience in the face of adversity. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting